West Virginia that the bye week was really needed. So was it good for you? I mean, you're not 100% either. I know Cam has his broken ribs, but you're still coming off his shoulder. So how are you feeling?
I feel great, man. This bye week was great for me and the whole team. Football is a physical sport, but that's why we have bye weeks. So we're a little banged up, but we'll be ready to go.
It's like that big win against West Virginia. How much of that helped things just team-wise heading into the bye week? You have the ability to finish strong now.
Yeah, I think the West Virginia game gave us a lot of confidence. Definitely in the passing game, we ran the ball well. We were physical up front. We made some big explosive plays that we were wanting to work on prior to that week. But I just feel like this offense is just scratching the surface. We could be a lot better with our execution and to hit more big explosive plays. So.
Tayven, are you 100%? And also, how is it like being able to, you've been kind of in and out of the lineup, so to speak, because of injuries. What's it like now to have that kind of continuity, to be back after last time against West Virginia?
Yeah, I think college football, I don't think, if you're playing a lot of games, you're not always going to be 100%. But, you just gotta put your foot down and keep going. You always have to play through injury, and so that's what our staff and our training guys are there for, to help us with that. So I feel good. The whole team is feeling good right now. The bye week helped a lot, and so we just got to focus on Baylor, focus on executing at a high level.
So we spoke a few times during our media day. We spoke about you being ready for a starting job after not winning some of the battles of your previous stops. How does it feel for you now, knowing that you're consistently going to be the leader for this team?
Yeah, it feels good. It's everything that I felt like I could do, but there's a lot more that I can do. There's a lot more. I could practice better. I could be more vocal. I got to work on my leadership a little bit in a vocal aspect, and just processing the game a little bit better. But that just takes reps, takes time, and my coaches, they have patience with me, and they're doing everything they can to help me execute at a high level. So I'm confident.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up as well. After the Jacksonville State game, when you came in, Coach Frost said he saw a different kind of fire in you than he maybe had seen in fall camp. What did you see? Did you feel that for yourself? And what kind of impact did that have on you?
Yeah, I just think that I'm a competitor, and I think that when I hit that field, I think a lot of players can say it's a different feeling, it's a different mindset. But that's the thing I got to work on, is having that mindset going into practice. It's not bad in practice, but it could be better.
You talked about the bye week helping you from a physical standpoint, giving you a little bit of a break. What about the mental reset? What did you do to get away from the game?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I got away for about 1 or 2 days. Kind of just chilled with my family a little bit, kind of relaxed, ate some good food, and then watched the Cincy game, and it was a good game, and got to watch a lot more college football games. There was good games on, so kind of just relaxed the whole weekend. Just kind of sat back, and because football, especially as a quarterback, it can be draining a little bit, but that's our jobs.
Cincinnati, Baylor.
Yeah.
What'd you see from Baylor that stood out? Just watching it.
They're a great team. They got a great defense. They got an explosive offense. A lot of great talent out there. They're physical. They're tough. They're fast. They fly around. So it's gonna be a great challenge for us. They're a great team, but to be the best, you gotta be the best. And I know that you guys ask questions about our schedule coming up and all the ranked teams. I think it's a great opportunity for us to showcase what we're about, what we preach, and like what I said, like we want to be the best, in the Big 12. So we have to beat the best. So it's gonna be a great challenge.
Coach talked about his experience getting a chance to kind of watch college football Saturday from TV. I just wanted to ask you a little bit, when you do that, do you find it hard to kind of separate just a normal casual viewer versus you be thinking, like, if that were me on the field, what would I do?
Yeah,
like,
I think if you asked any player right now, like what their thought process is watching the game, I know mine is like I put myself in the quarterback's shoes. I'm like my dad's sitting next to me and I'm like, oh, they're in cover 2, oh, they're in cover 3, oh, they just rolled the safety down, they're playing cloud. Like that's just, I think just watching so much football, watching so much film, that it's just natural to do that. And I know a lot of people do that also. So, but my dad's like, man, you need to chill, just watch the game.
Paul's obviously been a stalwart in left tackle for you guys the first 6 games. How do you feel like Owen Spell did in his first extended look against West Virginia?
Yeah, I thought he played great. I thought he held his own. Tough task, left tackle. That's a tough position. My best friend. So he played great. I don't think we had any sacks last game, so he played great.
David, I know you said you used the bye week to rest a lot, but did you have a chance to talk to your teammates at all? And if so, what were you talking about focusing on Baylor?
Yeah, last week we had 3 practices. We were just focused on us, and then that one practice, little install on Baylor. But really, we're just talking about as a team, as how can we get better, and some of those things are execution, playing more physical, playing through hands, and just trying to maximize this offense as what these coaches want. And I feel like we're in the right direction, and everyone's on board, and everyone has a positive attitude.
Obviously, you guys still have the kind of one game at a time mantra, no mantra, but what needs to happen for you guys to achieve your goals and finish the season strong?
Yeah, we just need to keep listening to our coaches, and we just need to practice better. Again, it's not like we practice bad, but we can always get better. And the way you practice is what's going to show up on the tape in the game. So we can always practice better and execute better.
Tayven, you guys are still looking for a win on the road this year. What do you need to see from the offense to kind of get over the hump as far as just getting a win on the road?
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes we just need to take a step back and relax and take a deep breath and just be us. We need to execute better on the road. Like pre-snap penalties kill us on the road, so that's one thing that we're working on this week. And I got to be better as a leader and talking to those guys and being loud in my cadence and in my process in the huddle, so the guys know what's going on. But that's just a couple things that we can work on.
Time for a few more.
Last game out, you were able to get the ball out to a lot of different receivers. Where have you seen that group maybe grow the most over the first 7 games?
Yeah, I think last game we really took a step in making explosive plays and just kind of buying into who we are and to our identity. We have a lot of guys outside that can make plays, young guys that are showing great promise in the future, and we just got to keep rolling. We got to execute. We got to execute better, and we just have to play faster and play more physical.
Coach Frost said he wanted to focus on short yardage plays. How do you think that's progressing?
It's going good. We in practice we did a good job last week of putting some things in and really focusing on us. But those short yardage plays, they really help us out in the game. We got to execute on those. And I know last game in the West Virginia game, we missed some short passes. So I got to get better, and we just got to be on the same page and communicate better.
Coach Frost talked about building a roster, finding that right balance between high school kids and the transfer portal. You've worked in the transfer portal. What's that like when you come to a new team, finding that family, bonding with the team? He used the word loyalty. What's that been like for you in your journey?
Yeah, it's hard. College football nowadays is, if you don't play, you're looking for another opportunity. It's good and bad. I know Coach Frost touched on loyalty. There's some loyal guys out there that want to stay at programs, but it just doesn't work out. And you want to, one thing that the players want is we just want to get on the field, and so that's just what it is nowadays. But I think it starts with culture and the leaders that have been here in the program, getting new guys in, just taking them under their wing and really showing them what the culture is and how we go about our business. And I feel like the leaders on this team that were here for the past years have done a great job with that.
How do you feel this opportunity at UCF has worked for you and in your future?
Yeah, it's amazing. I couldn't be more happy here. The only thing I wanted was an opportunity, and Coach Frost gave me that opportunity. And gonna take it and run with it and try my best. But I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity I have here.
And kind of bouncing off of that, you talk about watching Cincinnati. I know Brendan Swearsby. You go back a long way to Indiana. Did you kind of maybe look at what he was able to do at Cincinnati? Last year was kind of a rebuilding year for them. This is kind of a rebuilding year for UCF, and now they're, first place in the Big 12. Do you kind of start to think about stuff like that? Like, you want to finish strong and then, go build and get some more pieces in the portal and then try to make a run next year? Do you start to think long term about what you want to do at UCF?
Yeah, I mean, Swordsy, that's my guy. He's one of my best friends. We played at Indiana together. And, I wanted to play in the Cincy game, but, just couldn't. But I wanted that game bad just because him. We talked about it for a long time. But, no, Cincinnati's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. The growth that I've seen from him has been amazing. I talk to him all the time. But, my job is to worry about, this team and how I could be the best quarterback for this team. So that's really what I'm what I'm thinking and what I'm working on right now is how I can be the best quarterback for this.
Does that give you motivation though? Because you see what he was able to do.
Yeah.
And sign him in a similar situation, and you might have the opportunity to do that maybe next year.
Yeah. I mean, I see it, but right now I just focus on Baylor. So.
All right, thanks, David.
Thank you guys.
You want a little NBA?